What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live as I go through the power of the internet. And I know the background is different and my camera quality is not as great as it is. The sound should be about the same. But that's because I'm on site at E3 and it's already been a wonderful E3 so far. I've got so many interviews and so many games to play later in the week. And you can tell that I'm at E3 because I'm covered in badges and covered in wristbands because security is always crazy at this event, but it's even more crazy this year. But so far, I got to do the YouTube gaming live coverage. I reacted to the Bethesda stream, the before and after, with Kenny Omega and Steven Totillo from Kotaku. What an odd pairing that turned out to be, but I'm really glad we did it that way. Speaking of Bethesda, on the live stream, I said that they got a C+ for the show, whereas I thought Microsoft was a bit more of a B+. A lot of people on Twitter did not like my rating, but I stand by it because the Bethesda show didn't have a lot for a gamer like me. There's a couple of new games, but they spent a huge amount of time talking about mobile after mobile after mobile game. Commander Keen on mobile is not something that's going to get me excited. The two games that they did show, Ghostwire had a CG trailer. There's no gameplay in it, so again, hard to get excited about that kind of game. I know that makes me a bit of a hypocrite because I am excited about Death Stranding, and it took a really long time to see gameplay for that. So I'm tepidly interested in Ghostwire. Again, I just need to wait to see what kind of game it is. And the other new game they had was also a CG-only trailer with no gameplay, and it was called Time Loop, which in similar in concept to the other game that Microsoft showed, what was it, 12 hours or 12 days or something like that. For whatever reason, everybody's obsessed with time in their video games right now, which is, I mean, it's fine by me. I like new concepts, and that's relatively new, so I will play it. But again, CG only, so it's hard to get excited about it. But Bethesda spent so much time on games I don't care about. I don't care about Elder Scrolls Blades. I will play it now that it's coming to the Nintendo Switch, but I was probably never going to play it on my phone. Then they spent a lot of time talking about Elder Scrolls Legends, which is a surprisingly good card game. There's just such better card games out there. Hearthstone, Eternal, Magic the Gathering, these are all better games. But if you really want something with the flavor of Elder Scrolls, then maybe you would prefer Legends, but not a lot of people do. And then they brought back the Commander Keen license, which, if you're unfamiliar with Commander Keen, I don't blame you because it was a 1990 action platformy shooty kind of thing, and now it's a mobile puzzle style. Okay, that exists. But for the core gamer, they did give us some options. They gave us Wolfenstein Youngblood, which admittedly is looking better every time I see it, though it never really feels like a full Wolfenstein game. In this one, they seem to like heavily have modified the guns, and with heavy modified guns, it sounds way more interesting because the gameplay for Wolfenstein was never as good as the story, so maybe it could be much better in this game. And then Doom Eternal seems like it's earning the Eternal name because they showed off a lot of alternative gameplay modes, including one where you got to control, I guess, the NPCs and fight people that way. That's really fascinating to me because the one thing that I really felt the 2016 version of Doom was lacking, it was great in story, it was great in gameplay, it didn't have a lot of alternative modes or things to keep me playing once I'd beaten the story. The multiplayer there was just bad. So more multiplayer options, more online options, more options besides the storyline for Doom Eternal is really what I'm interested in. And I guess we're going to see more of that at QuakeCon. It made me want to go to QuakeCon. Invite me to QuakeCon. Then that was, I mean, that really was pretty much it for Bethesda. The rest of it was like a commercial about how great Bethesda was. And of course, there was the Fallout 76 information, which I think we should go over. Todd Howard took his blows and admitted that Fallout 76 was not the game we wanted it to be at launch, but since it's closer to the game that we all want it to be now, and they showed the next year 2 version of what they want to have, including actual NPCs. NPCs are coming to the game, which is going to make it feel a lot more like a Fallout world. They showed all of the content that they have added, and then they also showed the content that they plan to add, and then I was hoping the game would go officially free to play, and it didn't. Instead, they were offering like a free trial for like 10 or 15 days so that you can jump on and then decide to buy it for what, 10, 15 bucks? You can like used for at GameStop for like $5, so I don't even know why they're trying to sell it instead of give it away, but that's how they're doing things. I was also hoping for like a big founder pack for people who spent money on the game, whether you just bought items in the store or you bought a physical copy or however you spent money. And if you played the game previous to this, I was hoping the year 2 beginning would give everybody that played in year 1 a nice big bonus. That is not something they did for some reason. So I guess I'll go back to the game, but you really didn't make me want to. And that basically summarized the show for me. Not a lot of games I was horribly interested in, a lot of mobile games that I wasn't, and the games I was interested in, I didn't get to see a lot of. No Elder Scrolls 6, no Starfield, though I am very, very interested in playing Wolfenstein New Blood, and I'm absolutely going to play the hell out of Doom Eternal. See what I did there? Because it's a Doom game. It takes place partially in hell. The best jokes are the ones that you have to explain. But now this is all just one man's opinion. I could be wrong, and I know that you'll let me know in the comment section below if I am wrong. I'm going to do a separate video for Microsoft, release it later in the day. I'll try to improve my camera quality, my audio quality, see if we can make that look and sound a little bit better for Microsoft, because I really felt like Xbox nailed it this year, and I believe they deserve their own video before it. I don't know that I'll do an EA one, because the EA one was so boring, and the only game I was interested in for EA, they showed at Xbox anyway. But now I'm going to go crawl over onto that bed right there and fall asleep for as long as I humanly possibly can and get up in tomorrow and do it all over again. If I haven't said thank you guys for putting me in a position where I get invited out to stuff like this, where I get to be on the YouTube gaming live stream, where I get to meet some of my favorite game developers and play some of my favorite games, if I haven't thanked you for putting me in that position recently, let me thank you again now. Thank you guys. I appreciate you watching. I love you very much, and I'll speak with you again.